All right. Yeah, so we didn't have a meeting last week because a lot of us were gone for an offsite. But what happened last week? So last week we officially brought K-Hook into the Cage and org, working with Ant now to get some like a bunch of details back, a bunch of not details, but like finish off a bunch of stuff that we need um, to sort of have a release process and get the API more in line with the rest of Kagent, et cetera. So there's a big PR that's open, and we're in the process of that. So hopefully, once all that's worked out, we can do a release and create some docs around it on the Cage website. Um, let's see. Let me. Who's that? Somebody just come in. Okay. So yeah, so that's the news for K-Hook. Moved into Cage and Dev.
Yeah, and
Working
there was a blog post as well that was published on Kagent about K-Hook.
Yeah. Besides K-Hook, what else happened this week? There's something I had in my brain that I totally forgot. Well, I don't remember. Oh, I guess I have. Yes, we released. So, I don't. So yes, we did that. Actually, I'm not super familiar with that. I mean, obviously, I know that it was my company who released that, but we can. Yeah, if people want to hear more about that, we can talk about that as well. I'll put that here. I don't really necessarily want to talk about that specifically or go into too much detail because this is meant as sort of an open source contributors meeting. I'm happy to like say briefly, like that was announced. And if anyone's interested, like happy to follow up, but I just don't think I don't want to necessarily spend too much time on it here because this is really meant as a way to talk about to talk with y'all about the Cage and open source and all that other stuff, all that good stuff. But if you guys have any questions, happy to try and answer them. Dimitro.
Yeah, it's not a question, just a small update. We successfully managed to run everything in OpenShift with non-root environments, with some few changes on, UI and so on. I will preparing PR with all of that, so that's it's coming this week.
Awesome. Let's see. Yes, and Yaniv's PR for the extra headers merged.
Yeah, it's from my team, basically.
I figured.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's good to hear. I know I've seen a few things. There's one about the tolerations. Was that also you? Ayub? Is he from your team?
No.
No? Okay.
That was someone was creating it. Sorry, my voice is losing. But
okay.
I think for those, we still need to align it across tools and all the other places. It's still a bit not consistent in few places. Because we need affinity tolerations all together with selectors, so it's like a same template for all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so there's this PR that someone created here. I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the notes. Here, and it adds tolerations, security context, etc. But yeah, I didn't love the way it was implemented, and I commented how I want a more consistent way of doing that. So yeah, I think we could talk about, like maybe there's a config map that has the default deployment specs in there or something like that. So, but yeah, also just in the Helm chart, right? How do we default the tolerations, across all the pods that it's not just that the Kagent is deploying, but that Helm chart is deploying. Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, super excited to hear that. I know there was someone else who was creating some PRs a few weeks ago about with the limited environments, but it wasn't passing in CI or anything, so it kind of died. But anyway, all right. Cool. So I think that's my. I guess my update is finally. I've got a. I haven't opened it yet, but I will in a couple hours. I have a draft PR for a mock LLM server that we can use for all of our LLM tests. I hated everyone. I looked around for one. I hated all of them. And so I wrote one in Go, which is just way easier to use from tests and stuff. So you can just mock Anthropic and OpenAI right now, but we should be able to mock more than that. Maybe even create like a Go mods that, or just like a separate library so you can just import that thing. Because honestly, I find it very, very easy to use, and I can demo that later. But yeah, so that's nice. So now we'll be able to add more and more end-to-end tests, so we'll be more confident with every PR, every release. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I think this is also very relevant for our last issue with tools, where we had the problem with light LLM library, right?
Yep.
So if you use it together, we can reproduce those corner cases. And
yeah, I hated that. Well, that library is gone just for OpenAI. It's not gone for Ollama yet.
Yeah,
but it's
Ollama
gone for
I
OpenAI.
tried on the latest build, and it didn't work for me. Probably will have a look if somehow we can fix it. If anyone already fixed it, please share, because it seems like it doesn't really work.
If you want, I can send you the prompt that I used to get OpenAI working. And we could probably do the same for Ollama. I basically just had it look at the existing implementations and do it for OpenAI. So it shouldn't be too hard. I could potentially try and see if I can create a PR as well, because we should just not be using LightLM. But anyway, yeah. So I believe, wait, Marcin, I remember seeing an issue from you that you were using Ollama and it was working. Do you know what, Dimitri? Do you know what bug you were seeing?
It was some kind of stack trace which was not very readable. Need to go through this.
There, so I'll post it. There's an issue in the. I'll just put it in the chat, but let's see. Ollama not working properly.
There was one issue, but couldn't really replicate what the problem was for these guys. There were two guys thinking that they have the same problem. They had some context deadline in the logs. They were trying, yeah, the biggest problem is that they're trying to follow. I think we need to put down that Ollama in the pod guide, because it runs models on CPU, and if people run this on some, one core,
that's never going to work. Yeah.
So, anyways, the thing that was interesting was that he was saying that his Ollama is working. So, but I don't know. They seem to go on mute at the moment. So,
right.
Not the problems that they were reporting, definitely now.
Yeah, and Ollama recently got like some new models. The one which we had default in the Helm chart was already a year old or something.
Okay.
Or quite old. So we need probably to find out the good replacement for that. Maybe some Gemini models on Ollama or something like that. But it should be a tools model, so it's usually a problem that fast and good Gemini models, but no tools.
Yeah. Gemini was, someone added Gemini to the Helm chart recently also. That should have merged. So if anyone is playing around with Gemini, that's now easier. I've been using a lot of Gemini lately. But.
Yeah, I still gonna try and reproduce something we were talking on Discord. Then you released some patches. After that, I didn't repeat the tests. So one was that there was some weird behavior, and and the other was that the OpenAI calls were weird. So I should just repeat that. Do you have time? Yeah.
Yeah. I've done quite a bit there. It should be those should be in a better state.
Yeah.
So. Cool. Yeah. What else? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anything else? All right. I think that's all I've got. I posted the notes for all the different PRs here. Yeah. Anyone else have any updates, announcements, things they want to chat about?
Yeah, I've been working on this idea of an observability sandbox where with Kagent and Kgateway embedded, and I just got my first like working parts version with the observability wired up. You can take out the Unify stuff if you don't want it, but like I'm going to keep working on developing that in parallel with starting to work on some agents that can pull some interesting stuff out of the whole thing. So, but I was looking for my, use case and I found it. So,
Awesome.
And I use Gemini. So speaking of Gemini, I use Gemini in VS Code to start putting this thing together. And we'll attest that there's still a lot of human and knowledge involvement required to get it to work. So.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
But it was cool. It's my first time like pair programming with AI.
No, cool.
But watch this space. It'll evolve, but like it's got working parts, and if people want to poke with it, it should be ready to go.
Question: did anyone experimented to actually create agent which has access to the repository and do kind of coding tasks or changes on the repository, and it's actually deployed as Kagent, agent and tools? Anything like that? Because it seems like we are moving into that direction in some discussions as well, and like basically building equivalent of what there is like a GitHub background agent or cursor background agents and so on. So something similar maybe which we can build, or does anyone see use cases on your side? Yeah,
we have it internally, like an agent for that for customer success. And if we could duplicate that same thing and embed it in, I don't know if we want to embed it in Discord yet, but it could look at all the different resources. And then not only could you use it for programming tasks and whatever, but if you just want to find things or ask questions, that would be cool to apply that kind of model to all the references that we have for Kagent currently. Or maybe even plug into some other open source projects that we're working on, like Kgateway and whatnot, so that you could start to have this way of asking questions.
Basically any GitOps task, if you also work with your infrastructure with GitOps, right, and you plan to do changes on some repository before and approve them and review them, things like that, right, it requires you to check out code, do changes, commit, right? So we have tools for Git and stuff like that, but I think we need also to have some sort of a sandbox which will allow us to do more than that. And
sorry, I'm laughing because I was just in a meeting with the folks over at Google the other day, and the thing that they are the first change that they're adding is sandboxing. So for Kagent. So I'm laughing about that because yes, I agree. And also, if you look to Lynn, she's not here this week, but next week she'll give a demo about this, and her demo is an agent that finds an issue and then opens a PR with the fix.
Yeah, exactly.
So 100%. Yeah.
That one is not open source, right? Or is it?
What she did? Yeah. No, it is. I just don't think it's with all open source parts.
This is like a AI reliability engineer or something like this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know that it's like if she has the YAMLs for it open source, but it's all open source pieces.
Yeah.
There's a repo there. Yeah, Jen. I don't know if this is the one, but I'll send it in the chat.
Yeah, it's on my list to review it.
Might be part of her demo. I don't know if that's the whole thing. Yeah.
I think there is another repo from Christian Posta, right? With something similar.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, I have one thing that is just going to die pretty soon.
What?
Homebrew. So that's for macOS users. So in the interim, there is a tab running on my in my private repository, and it's my personal repository. Just you can go to Google and on the GitHub, I mean, and just type in homebrew Kagent. It updates every hour, so this is purely just left out because I have a tab. So if anybody is eager to run homebrew upgrade for their CLI, you can tap over there. Otherwise, just wait. Not too long. I'm getting the homebrew bottle going on.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't personally use Homebrew.
I know Linux users typically don't because like every distro has its own package manager for Linux users. Yeah.
Nah, my package manager is wget.
There you go.
Once we have this, then if you can just either do a PR on the website or just open an issue, and we can update the website with the instructions and how to.
Oh yeah. It will take a moment. So the bottle is going to be one. We need to complete the PR about version YEL from Kagent. So basically, when you run Kagent version, it cannot fail, and it has to YEL the version. Otherwise, brew tests will fail. So what I will do right now is I'm going to grab on get the bottle running for now in a dev mode. We'll see if the other person is going to finish the PR. If not, then I'll just jump on it.
Yeah, it seems a little bit blocked, or they didn't respond.
I mean, anyway. It's like just I don't want to take a fun from anybody that already started to work. Let me put it that way. That's why I didn't also take that I'm willing to do the PR, because I know that people like to pick up those little things. But yeah, if it will become blocked, then I will unblock it basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll ping the guy today. I will just ask politely if he wants to continue, or maybe people disappear for various reasons in life, like I did. So been off for like a month. So things happen.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, but that's for sure. Yeah. I'm homebrew. And all that CLI things, I started this primitive UI. Obviously, that's not going to go because it was just Python POC. But in general, maybe hopping a bit more on the Kagent CLI, as we spoke a long time ago with Ethan about updates needed to the bit. But I think it needs addressing other things. But yeah, I just thought that having a CLI terminal, UI, just so cool. These things are coming back from the 80s, and there are so many nice things to do with it. You just do a demo of Kagents, like swapping between K9S, not leaving terminal. It's just cool.
Yeah, and I think also we're planning. Where did you get, Marcin, with your CLI work? Because I think we're definitely interested in improving the chat experience from our CLI.
I haven't really. So, I just dropped it, as a chat.
Okay.
Then after our chat, realized, if we want to have the UI integrated in the CLI, the terminal UI, then that would be the part to go. So for now, I have done nothing. If anybody is eager and already wants to jump on it, go ahead, definitely. Because if you have anybody with the time in a day, then go and jump. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure when I'll be back to it.
Okay.
It was 2 hours play with the AI, to get that. It was
So
fun.
I think someone from our side is interested, or I think we have someone on our side that might do it. So yeah, because we also think it's important. There's
So,
clearly
yeah,
a lot of interest in doing in using the I think there's a lot of interest in using CLI tools for this, for communicating with agents.
If you have resource, just go and jump on it. Go ahead.
You mean CLI as just a command line which is used in some scripts, or CLI as a terminal UI?
So building
terminal UI.
Because I just based it also this Crash from Charm Bracelets. They have very cool UI for the LLM agent. Kind of, it's something that can be very inspiring for Kagent CLI. They have all the building blocks.
The one that you posted.
Yeah.
Is this part of? This is by the people who did Bubble Tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should definitely take a look at this. This is exactly what. Oh, this is great. Yes, we should use this.
So just watch their demo. They have this.
Yeah, this is exactly what we're interested. This is exactly the sort of thing that we need. Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
Well, bubble tea and lip something else.
Lipstick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how everyone builds these terminal UI. The problem is that so many of them have so many people have built these terminal UIs with slightly different types and code, and so it's hard. You kind of have to build your own every time. It's like building a UI. But this Crush thing is perfect. Yeah, that's exactly the sort of thing that we need.
Next thing that's coming, VS Code inside the terminal. You heard it here first.
Next thing, bring back Vim. Make Vim great again.
Oh, that's Vim, of course. Yeah, that's what it just look and feel of VS Code.
Yes, exactly. Well, you don't need to edit code anymore. You just need to
VS
check.
Code.
Just give it a check mark.
VS Code plugin for Vim.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God. All right, I'll share this around. Cool. Anything else anyone has to talk about?
Yeah, some questions, maybe a bit too early, but still, your view maybe production readiness and what do we need for 1.0? Do we have any list of things which are kind of defined as a production readiness? Because we had some discussions and some interest in some groups where basically they want to see more clear answer on the production readiness. And I tried also to think what could be that, for example, production storage, session management in a more production scale way. There is also some question if in some cases we can have database per agent in case of some multi-tenant model, but that's still not clear. And maybe we can start building list of our own, features, tools, which we can say, okay, this is for 1.0.
So
or GA version.
So I'm gonna create here I'm gonna share a production readiness doc that we can use as a sort of a living document here. So oops. So here's the doc. Let me wait. Not untitled document. Oh, there we go. Replace with No, not untitled. There we go. Oh my goodness. No. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, whatever. It's fine. There we go. So I'll share this. I'll make it so anyone can comment, and then I'll also, if you want, edit ability, let me know, and I will add you. So you can just send me over your email. Oops. I'll also put this in the chat here. If you want, yeah, like I said, if you want edit, I don't want to give everybody edit right up front. And I don't know if I can get everyone's email who's in this call. I can't. So yeah, if you want to get in this doc, just ping me on Discord and I'll add you. But yeah, I think you're totally right, Dimitro. Like we should start compiling these requirements. I do want to separate. I don't necessarily think prod ready is 1.0. The only reason I'll say that is that I think something like there are always going to be early adopters, and I think when we say 1.0, it means no breaking changes. And so I don't know that, like, I do want to say that we absolutely should push for prod ready, but I also just don't. I want to make sure that we're not saying that there's never, you know what I mean? So absolutely, we should push for prod readiness, though.
Yeah, the reason why I'm saying that, for some people maybe prod ready is already now, but
right.
It's all a bit contextual. But also from the, let's say, for this LTS kind of people, or maybe if we will have a version strategy which will allow people to have a little bit longer kind of three versions or something that we will keep rolling, and something like that.
I
makes
think
sense.
We also need to define what does it mean to be production ready, right? And then I don't know, I'm pretty sure there's probably some documents out there somewhere that we could like look at and then use that as a basis for what we think it's right.
There's also multiple levels, and I think that's, Dimitro's right? You have your, like levels of production. This, it's like definitions. It's like levels of prod readiness, right? You have your early adopters.
For example, we as if organization which is releasing some artifacts, we don't have currently any long-running test with decent load test and something to call it like, okay, you can put it there and it will survive, 100K user or something like that, right? Because we don't know what type of issues we have. Maybe our database storage will die after 1 hour, and so on. So it's like production ready is something that you can put in production with X number of users and be able to run it in stable mode, right? Long enough, at least 24 hours. So we need to have equivalent test for this same thing and kind of define it, implemented it, and prove that it's running right with that capacity.
Yeah. So I was just I'm pasting this from Istio. I'm pretty sure other projects have the same thing. So basically something like that, right? But maybe not as expanded, but right, Dimitro, something like that it defines like, oh, this is what it means if it's like stable. This is what stable means for security, or stable for performance, or whatever labels do we want to use, right? I'm not saying we use those, but
like API stability, security, basically like you can run it in the kind of stress test, load test without crashing. And
yeah, definitely. Okay, so Dimitri, I'll definitely share this with you and others, and we can start getting this ready and figure out what sort of things. I agree. We definitely need a doc to define these terms. Like on the website, we need terms. There's a lot and there is prior ARP here. I agree that we can learn from here. Cool. Alrighty. All right. Anyone else have anything you want to share? Yes. I'm gonna butcher your name. So
Yeah, it's Rudraksh. Hi everyone.
hello.
It's second time I'm joining this meeting, and it's fun. Like I have been, you know, looking into the project for a while now. I work as a generative AI engineer in Bangalore, and I did Google Server of Code earlier. So I'm very much interested into like setting this project up and contributing in whatever way possible. So is there any starting point for me that you guys would recommend I should, get started myself with?
It's a great question. Here, I can definitely find some issues for you. I'd say that the one thing I've definitely not been amazing at is keeping up with saying, um, which issues are good first issues, etc. But is there something specific you're interested in, or?
I was going through the one actually, and I saw the the one regarding A2A. Let me drop the link here.
The JSON one? Oh,
The 360.
oh, yeah, that would be great for the UI. That'd be perfect. Wait.
Yeah, but if you have anything else in mind, like I can bring in skills from, like I have less experience working with Golang, but I have more experience working with Python and building AI agents, especially with ADK and MCPs and all.
Yeah,
So
I think definitely start with this, and we can, and yeah, and then there will definitely be more Python stuff in the future, but I think definitely start with this. There's not a lot of only Python work. Most of the work sort of involves both Python and Go. A lot of the time when you're doing the back end, but honestly, Go is a pretty easy language to learn, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah,
sure,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Yeah, I think starting there is a good place, and I'll find some time to go through the issues and label them for the ones that are sort of good first issues, and I think that those would be good ones to start with.
Definitely. Thank you, Ethan.
Yeah, Rudraksh, I have some question. Maybe if you already have experience in Python, do you see any gaps which Kagent is not allowing you to implement currently? Because whenever we speak to the people who building agents in Python directly, they usually raising concerns like, why are you doing this declarative in Kubernetes? Can we do it different way? Do you see from your experience on agents that you build any additional use cases which you can extend our like bring your agent scenario, with more advanced type of agent, better agents from Python to Kagent, because I think it's a whole area where we have lack of expertise probably from our side, and if you worked on such agents, you may comment on that.
Yeah, definitely. That's a very good point, Dimitro, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So I think as I am setting this up project, I started earlier this weekend only setting up this project, and I can definitely bring in some experience in my day-to-day job where I build, like enterprise grade agentic systems. That what Python specific some nuances are there in the agent space, and what gaps as I'm noticing while setting up the agent and playing around with the existing agents that we have already here. So probably I can come up just play around with it for a while, a day or so, and then I can come up with my observation and can catch up with you guys on Discord maybe, if that's
Yeah,
the problem.
I would be interested if you can take a relatively complex agent which you implemented in past and
Sure.
bring it to the K agent and show us maybe how to run it, connect it, and maybe to identify, okay, this is missing, or we're missing like memory, or we're missing maybe some initialization and stuff like that, which will allow us actually to build more things in wider ecosystem.
Yeah, that would be a very good starting point for me to be part of community.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Excited to have you. awesome to see. Always great to see new faces, people wanting to contribute. Yeah. Sorry if I don't sound excited. I think I need more coffee. Tom, yeah, I see it.
I have one more question. Like, is Discord our main communication channel, or are we communicating anywhere else as well?
Discord is the main communication channel. Yeah. There's a bunch of channels. I mean, you probably looked around. But also if you need something, feel free to DM me. But yeah, I try and answer most help questions or general comments on there. I look through it a couple times a day, try and answer what I can.
Sure.
There is a channel on CNCF Slack.
Yeah, I have joined the channel. Yeah, there is one.
Yeah, and it's pretty mute because we're on Discord.
Okay, got it.
Ethan, you're mute.
Then
You're mute.
I like Discord more because then we can break out into subrooms, etc. When you're in the CNCF Slack, you're very limited. So
It's definitely more usable on Discord. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
all right. Cool. Well, I think unless there's anything else, we might give everyone back a little bit of time. Lots of great conversation today. Yeah, looking forward to the prod readiness doc and terminal UI. Thank you for showing us Crush. I think that'll be great. And also looking forward to getting more OpenShift support. I think, a lot of people running on OpenShift, whatever my thoughts on OpenShift are. So that'll be awesome to be able to support those more actively. Cool. All right. Well, I will see some of y'all, the contributors meeting, some of y'all next week. It's good to see everyone. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
take care. Bye.
Bye.